Squawk, squawk, fellow sorrowers. I have compiled more information that seems to be growing stronger as I become stronger, I suppose. Yeah, my photographic memory seems to be 100% activated these days. I'm going to show you a few of the drinks that me and Joy had on Halloween. Not too much, not too less, not too big, not too little, but you know, they all had funny themes and all that. It's fun if you know what you're doing and why you're doing it. So ones that don't know what they're doing and therefore do it without knowing where it's going, you know. So yeah, these are some of the burgers she made us. Monster burgers, she called them. There was like, she came up with these funny names for each drink, you know. I think that one was called a liquid brain. Yeah, monster burgers. Yeah. Got me thinking though, got me feeling. To cheers is ritualistic, right? And it's a tradition that resides in almost every culture. But I wonder why. I know where it comes from. Do you? It's Roman. That's right, Saturnalia. Always comes back to it. Okay? So, one of the decorations that Joy put up is this fucking thing, right? And deliberately, because I've spoke to her before about the same entity that I know many truth researchers have also spoken about. Max Spears called it the vampiric consciousness. No, Yeshua Ben David calls it the Hydra. Bill calls it the Black Mother, you know, or the bitch, or Mummy Dearest. Yeah, it has no internal core, it has no centre for source. Okay, this is Machine Mother Mean. It is arthropod in nature and it is cephalopod in nature. Okay, the tendrils, the tentacles. It's also symbolised by the hair. Okay. So, yeah, Rapunzel, Medusa, same shit. Different toilet that it crawled up and out of. Anyway, so this thing's been hovering over us as we sleep, right? Which was a bad move on my part, but then maybe a good one in the end, because I woke up and it was the first thing that I saw, and this seemed to generate certain patterns that I had not yet seen in my mind's eye. Okay, so I've called this album Cheers. Okay, because we all do it, yeah, but I want you to look very closely at this image. Okay, of the chief Archon here, Demiurge, Father Time, El, Jehovah, Yahweh. See, same shit, different toilet. This is Kronos. It's Lilith, it's Eve, it's Satan. Okay, Saturn. The legs are just the rings, you know what I'm saying? And there might be 7 rings, but that 8th leg, that would just be the halo, wouldn't it? So, you see it, right? Do you see it? 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 Right. So again, I might be reaching, they certainly are, but if you consider the fact that it takes multiple limbs, multiple arms, multiple tendrils, multiple tentacles to create this pattern, yeah, and the glass, well, glass would be symbolised with the shattering, wouldn't it? The shattering of what? Of which? That's right, the trauma that's induced on the mind, okay, which this thing is all about, right? It feeds, it harvests louche energy, low vibration. Okay, so every time you cheers, not only considering it's a, you've got to keep in mind, keep in heart, it is a Saturnian ritual. Okay, so we know this anyway. No matter what else I might be adding, this was already there to have something added upon it. Yeah. So hopefully this will be another feather to break the spider's back. Yeah. Feathers, not straws. The spider, not the camel. You see it though, right? The chink, the cling, yeah? The shattering of the centre of the core, because there's nothing in it. There's nothing to it. And there's nothing for it except death, decay, disgust. So, just a pattern that emerged. I couldn't get it out until I got this out, so I thought I'd make a video on it. And then, I don't know, see how much truth there is to it. But you're all putting your focus in the same direction, aren't you? You see that? And it's all about that energy. That's what it thrives on. That focus. Yeah? So I'm just waiting for the bus to work. I might do one every morning now. It's a nice way of waking up. Maybe a little bit morbid, but the truth usually is. And this is the truth that I see. I could be wrong, but I see it. Do you? So it's just another way of celebrating death. Indirectly, of course. Some know, most don't. Now, we're going to take it even further. I had a dream. I would say a nightmare, but there was no fear behind it. Okay, which would be whilst I was in it, and there was no fear in front of it, which would be once I awoke from it. This was a little while ago, but this is the closest picture I can get to it. I'm quite into my cocktails at the moment. I have been for a while, and I dreamt that I was drinking from a martini glass, such as this, one of the triangular ones, and it was lovely. And all of a sudden the taste turned sour and bitter, stagnant, stale. I looked down and it was absolutely crawling with centipedes and with millipedes. Didn't know what to make of it. In a way I still don't. But in my humble opinion, it's the symbolism that you don't understand, which once awaking is the most that you'll understand, because it's a symbol speaking for itself. Okay? Your subconscious has a voice. If you listen to it, it'll show you just where to go, and and it'll tell you just what to say to get you to the next level in your wisdom of that which they don't want you to know. So this is just a fun little Halloween version that I had. I can't find one. I've typed in centipedes, millipedes, not there. But of course, it reminds me a lot of what I believe the Mexicans do, where they put a worm in the tequila shot, yeah, with the lime and the salt. So the worm is actually a maggot. People believe it's a worm, it's a maggot. It's it's a larvae for a moth, a certain type of moth, the nocturnal butterfly. Okay, so I'm going to read you this article, and hopefully it will emphasise the evidence that I hope that I have to present to you all this morning. I'm going to pause it and find it.